I ain't gotta worry about the creature in this movie coming after me because, come on, like I'm gonna be having sex anytime soon. Haven't seen it. Follows. It's about a young woman is followed by an unknown supernatural force after a sexual encounter. So this is the first thing I decided to watch. A lot of recommendations over my 31 days of October for Halloween and whatnot. Wanted to watch a bunch of horror stuff because I think the only horror stuff I've seen is like some recent stuff like Ready or Not, the Jordan Peele movies, like Get Out and whatnot, Last Night in Soho, and like a couple ones here and there, Quiet Place, but not nothing. No classics, nothing in like the past while, like nothing really in the 2010s that much, at least in the early ones. Nothing in the 80s, nothing in the 2000s. So I wanted to do it for the movies, anime, and comics. So look forward to that. A review possibly every day. Stop plugging. Let's get into this. So I love the cinematography in this movie. I know this was a small budget, and I definitely felt that, but in a good way. And I definitely felt they brought the tension out of the movie with they really sit on a shot and like zoom in, and I don't know a lot of terms for specific horror movies since I don't see very many. Um, but they really sit on something. They really build up that tension, and then they don't really hit you too much with a jump scare. They just like sit on something. It made me a little uneasy at times. The movie takes little moments to breathe with the characters, like just kind of hanging out or like putting their guard down a bit. And then you see just this person walking in the background. And you're not really too sure if it's the creature because the creature kind of like shapeshifter in a way. Like it can be any kind of person. So we're never not truly sure who it is. It's not like they walk in necessarily a super odd way. They just like walk and they have a creepy face, but in certain shots it's like in the background and where it's not sure. So there's a lot of times when I was very uneasy, like, oh, is that person? Sometimes it would be, and sometimes it wouldn't. And I thought that was really well done. And the soundtrack is so fucking intense. I really enjoyed the sound. Monroe, I believe is her name was. She was the lead actress. I thought she had a great performance. I really felt scared for her as she's just trying to explain all these just creepy ass people following her around, and none of the other characters believe her, and just she's just trying to live, like, and I mean she's not a bad person. She just had sex with somebody who she didn't think was a dirtbag but was, and she's just kind of trying to figure it all out. Now a lot of people love this movie. I have a couple negatives. All right, get the pitchforks out. I wouldn't say I was scared at any time in this movie. This movie didn't make me scared, but I was definitely uneasy at times. But I wouldn't say scared. Like there's definitely some moments like that. I've seen this shot a couple times of the really tall guy. That definitely was like a oh, but other than that, I can't really say a moment I was like really like. Ugh. I was more like, ooh, like David Robert Mitchell's direction in this for the most part. He's definitely a director. I've seen his other movie, Under the Silver Lake, and I do really like that movie. But I will admit I don't love that movie because there's just some artsy bullshit in that, and some random unanswered side plots or questions. And this movie has that as well. Uh, like just the whole symbolism with Jay in the main character in the pool. It was just so gross. Like, come on. Jay's friends are alright. I wish I got to know more about her sister, specifically a little bit, and her like other friend, but Paul's bothered me so much. He just is the biggest simp I've ever. I shouldn't say he's the biggest simp I've ever seen, but he's up there. I was like, wow. She's like having mental breakdowns and worrying about being killed, and you're just trying to get laid. Like, chill out. Bro. Like, seriously, like this is some life or death situations, and you're just thinking about like keep it in your pants, bro. Some really weird unanswered questions in this, like there's these peeping Tom kids, and immediately I was like, oh, perverts. But they didn't go anywhere. They threw like a dodgeball in her house. I was just like, well, then I don't ever see him again. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then there's like a scene or two where like there's this one scene where she's sitting on a car, Jay sitting on a car, and she just sleeps there the entire night. I'm just like, huh? You wouldn't lock yourself up in the car and sleep? Not. There's stuff like that. It's just like, okay. Or also, why is there no parents in this movie? Like, there's so many scenes where I'm like, I'm looking at it, and, like bordering up this house, and police get involved and stuff. And there's only like one moment I see the mom in like the hospital, sleeping, but she never says anything, and they're always afraid to talk to the parents. I'm just like, where are the parents? She skipped so much school. Yeah, I had a fun time, honestly. I think the movie builds up some really, great tension. Despite, not necessarily being scared of anything in particular, but I mean, we'll see how I feel. I mean, I'm going to New York Comic Con. We'll see how I feel at nighttime when I see somebody walking. We'll see how I feel then. But yeah, I think the cinematography is also great. The soundtrack and a couple of the performances are as well. I think are great, and I do really like the ending of being just very unsure of if the creature's still alive or who is the creature. I thought that was all really well done, and I definitely think this is still worth a watch. I mean, everything's overhyped, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like this was, because like I said, I just didn't think it was that scary, but I definitely see why it's beloved, especially because I could tell this movie did not have a huge budget, but they make the most of it, and that's really impressive. My final rating for this is a 7 out of 10.